Hey, thank you for coming by. Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 20th of January, 2013. Phew. And I just had lunch with some wonderful local suppressive people. And I know some people on my YouTube site have said, oh, quit giving credence to the suppressive thing that Scientology has. And first of all, I want to make that very clear. It's very important to me to make fun of it and to show people what they actually do. And yep, Pete, you can have a drink on this. But they do declare someone suppressive just like this. I laminate it. They don't usually laminate it. They put it on goldenrod. They used to post them in the ethics area, and you could go and read, people's crimes and all this, and they used to really dish out the crimes or make them up. L. Ron Hubbard said, if you can't find any dirt on somebody, make it up. I mean, that's just the way he was. And so a lot of stuff, mine is just, most of it's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to read you a little bit of it just so you have it. Public disavowal of Scientology or Scientologists in good standing with Scientology organizations. Duh, I left, yeah. Public statements against Scientology or Scientologists not to a committee of evidence. They never gave me a committee of evidence, so I never had a chance to do that. They don't do that anymore. They just declare people. That's thanks to David Miscavige. Total alteration of their own technology. Continued membership in a divergent group. I wasn't a member of anything. I left. That's all there is to it. Continued adherence to a person or a group pronounced a suppressive person or group by HCO. Ooh, yeah. I have a lot of SP friends. I just met with them for lunch. We had a great time. It's fun to be suppressive. We have a great time. And it's fun to make fun of being declared suppressive because they hate that. And we know that. It's big, it's very significant in the Church of Scientology. It's nothing out here. We all know we're not suppressive people. We're not evil. It's like being worse than the devil. And it's like, give me a break. One day you're in what is Scientology, me, and top of the triangle. OT7, OT8 was the very top. I was in their top secret mafia, all this other stuff. And the next day you're thrown under the bus. You're trash. You're suppressive. You're nothing. The same thing happened to Nancy. The same thing happened to everybody. I could list a million people. All right, hang on just a second. Let me see. All right, I'll have to call that person back. Okay, so failure to handle or disavow and disconnect from the person demonstrably guilty of suppressive acts. Well, again, their suppressive acts are our norm. What people do normally, they consider suppressive acts. You're not allowed to talk about things that you disagree with in Scientology. Not really. You're sent to ethics, and they'll handle it. Being at a higher of anti-Scientology groups or persons, flat out lie. Never, that did not happen. Receiving money, favors, or encouragement to suppress Scientology or Scientologists. That's totally false. Calculated efforts to disrupt the church services or the flow of public up the bridge through the churches. No, that's not true either. And that's something that apparently is against the law. So they're trying to, slip that in so that they can then say, I did something illegal, which I didn't. Publicly departing Scientology. I did. I put it on the internet. Magoo left the building. I had no idea it was as big as it was. Any certificates and awards issued to Tory Bazazian, my married name, are hereby canceled. Any Dynamics and Scientology trademark licenses she may have signed are canceled. If Tory comes to her senses and recants, she is advised to follow the steps A to E. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I can ride up and beg and, crawl in on my knees and maybe they'll let me back. Awful. Her only terminal is the International Justice Chief via the Continental Justice Chief. And you see that is by the Church of Scientology. So they can't say disconnection. Somebody told me recently, they don't say disconnection anymore. They just say, I don't want to talk to you. Give me a break. And for the person out that's my personal friend and you know who you are, that you won't talk to me is really, really weird. It just is. To leave the church but not be able to talk to me, come on. Do you honestly think, I haven't said your name, have I? I wouldn't. I've been very confident. I've kept in confidence tons of stuff that I know that I won't say, because it's personal stuff. But, you should be able to meet with me somewhere, some restaurant or something where no one will ever know. Anyway, we had a great time today. A bunch of us SPs got together. We had fun. Someone recently asked me to mention about karma, and someone else asked me, is Xenu like Scientology Satan? Xenu is like the evil dude on OT3. You have to understand that no one, think of a triangle, OT3 is like about up here. The vast majority never have heard the word Xenu, Xenu. And you can go to xenu.net and read a ton of stuff if you don't know things about Scientology, or xenutv.com, which is another huge website with information about Scientology that they will not tell you. Okay? They will not. They won't talk about it. And that's why I say, no, it's not really like Satan, because Satan, anybody can talk about. But in Scientology, you're not allowed. It's a high crime to say the word Xenu. So no one ever talks about it until you read it on OT3, which Paul Haggis mentions in the new book. It's really good. And again, I left it out in the car. I've been reading it as I'm going places. But Lawrence's new book, Larry Wright's book, is Going Clear, and it's really, really a good book. It's very well written, wonderful. So I highly recommend you get it. And like I said a couple days ago or yesterday, I forget when I made it. I think I made it yesterday. But it's at Costco now. I just found out. So $16. If you're over at Costco, you can get it. So anyway, that's fun too. I'm glad, because it'll get it out to a lot of people. And we got a few people in there just watching to see if the Scientologists come buy the 20, 30 books, which is they used to do that. They used to buy up all the data. Because see, in the old days, you could do that. You could buy up all the books. Nobody'd ever read them. That's it. Bada boom. Slam dunk, done. But that doesn't work anymore, does it? Because even if they buy up all the books, we're going to be on here. Somehow it's going to get on the internet. It just is. And it gets to other people, and the information gets out there. You're toasted, David Miscavige. Toasted. And you can keep trying to black PR me and other people and say we're this and we're that and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? The rest of the world can see it for what it is. It's just you trying to slime us. That's it. How one day we're executives or top of the bridge or top of this and that, and the next day we're under the bus, we're complete awful people? No, I don't think so. So anyway, that's for Satan and karma. I never heard them really talk about karma when I was in Scientology. I don't remember Hubbard writing about it. Not really. They don't really, they have their whole thing, be responsible and all this. But the truth is, a lot of them are very, very irresponsible, especially the senior executives. They screw people over all the time, and they never take responsibility for it. So karma's out there, baby. What goes around comes around. That's the way it is. And this is, I said that years ago, before Anonymous, when I was doing these interviews, they were doing all kinds of, writing shit about me, lies about me, doing things, flattening my tires, stuff like that. And I kept saying to David Miscavige, you know what? You can run, but you cannot hide. Tick-tock, time is on our side. Because I knew we were telling the truth. And the more we told, the more people would wake up, the more people leave, the more people are going to speak out. The more people who speak out, the more people are going to leave. Bingo. Simple. And I said, you know what? Karma, you can't pay off. You can pay off judges, which I'd seen. You can pay off different things. You can have the police department in Clearwater, half of them paid off and working for you and stuff like that. But you cannot pay off karma. And it's going to come get you. And it's going to bite you in the ass in a way you never expected. So when Tom Cruise was jumping on the couch, leaping on Oprah's couch, and the next day telling Matt Lauer, you don't know this person's psychiatry, I do. I was like, bingo! Karma has hit. And it did. It really did. It really changed everything. And so thank you to Tom Cruise. As I've said a few times, I said it a couple of times on TV, and they sent private investigators over to two of my friends' houses for it. One of them, Nancy, and the other one was Spanky. Oh, God, what a bunch of knuckleheads. When are they going to wake up? Well, in the meantime, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you to all of my friends and everyone out there who's helping do whatever you're doing. It's good, and it's just going to keep getting better. This is a fantastic year. It's last year was a good year. This year is taken off in spades. So anyway, thank you. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.